Did you know that 80% of teenagers that run away that are female end up in sex trafficking? So why is it that when teenagers run away, the police are so quick to dismiss their cases and do nothing with them? Such is the case in Haley Shell. She's 15. She went missing from Gassville, Arkansas on the 1st of October. She left her phone. There's been absolutely no contact with family, no social media activity, no sightings of her, nothing. Her family desperately needs help. They aren't getting it from the media. They aren't getting it from law enforcement. Please follow her mom. Her @ is here in my comments. Do everything you can to get this case out there. Haley needs to come home. Haley needs to be safe. She absolutely deserves our time and attention here. Thank you. Hey everybody, and welcome to True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters. This is Katie Weaver, and I'm here with my sister, co-host, and partner in crime, Christy Brower. Hello.
Hello. Hey everybody. Nice to be here.
Yeah, first case of the week, hitting it hard.
Right? It's already Monday.
It's also Thanksgiving week
here in the States. Here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Holy cow. It's all happening really fast.
But you know what that means.
What?
I mean, besides the fact that we're only a week away from your birthday.
Yes, we are. My birthday's a week from today. Woohoo!
But we're also only a little more than a month away from Christmas.
Oh, Lord.
Ouch.
Let's talk about my birthday. Kidding. No, actually, you know what? Last year I had COVID for my birthday and for Thanksgiving. And you know what? Mm-hmm. That sucked. Mm-hmm. And I will not have COVID because I just got my booster. I am not, even if I did have COVID, I wouldn't be that sick. Yeah. But I will not have COVID for the holidays this year. And that's just going to be awesome.
Right? That sure sucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, I also will not because I got my booster yesterday. I am so sick right now.
Oh, I was yesterday eating it.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. That means my immune system is actually like doing something. So that's
right. Yeah.
Surprising and impressive. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with all of that being said, we want to dive into this case. So as you can see from the intro, and that's not the intro we typically use. We went ahead and used the TikTok that we made a few days ago. So yeah. I know the sound quality wasn't as good as you typically get from us, but it told the whole story. So I felt like it was great to use. So It is what it is. But at any rate, last week, for the last couple of weeks, I've been covering the Clare kids. And you guys are familiar with the Clare kids, the little Noah and Amber that were kidnapped out of Tennessee and Kentucky and taken by Noah's non-custodial father all the way to San Clemente, California, where someone who had been seeing people talk about this case on social media happened to see them walking along a beach and called the police and rescued those children. And they're now back with their parents. And Jacob, the perpetrator, is in custody. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. So from that, I had joined, not blah, blah, blah. That's amazing. But that's not the point of today. I just wanted to share.
It is amazing. I'm so glad the Clare kids are okay.
Yes. But the background of that is that I had joined a group on Facebook, which I sometimes do when I'm studying a case because you get a lot of information that way. Some good, some bad, but it's a good place to start. And I came across a mom that was pleading for some help. Her name is Nicole, and Nicole said that, you guys have been amazing to help look for these kids. Can anybody help me look for mine? And that really grabbed my heart because her daughter is 15 and missing. Yeah. Not that different from Amber.
No.
Amber was also ruled a runaway initially, and so is this little girl. So we want to tell you guys her story. We are, of course, going to ask you to please share. We will put her missing flyer on our Facebook page over at True Crime Paranormal. If you want to share that, if you want to share the video, the podcast, whatever, or if you want to just go straight to Mom's page, she has a Facebook page for her daughter, and we'll give you the information for that in the show description as well. So lots of ways to share, but
as with all of these cases lately, that we've had some miraculous, solvings of cases here. We've
Yeah, children
witnessed
found safe,
children found cases
like
because,
Cleo in
yeah. And
Australia.
why? Because of social media,
Yes,
people seeing and sharing and keeping their eyes open. So, we're trying to help Nicole right now to reach out to see if we can pull, another miracle out of the universe. So
right,
that's the plan.
for
So
sure.
I want to tell you a little bit about her daughter because, and I'm going to share her missing flyer here for those of you on video. So this is Haley Nicole Shell.
Mm-hmm.
She went missing from Gassville, Arkansas on the 1st of October. So it has been now 5 weeks, 7 weeks, 7 weeks.
Yeah.
She's 15. She's 5'5". She weighs 130 pounds. She's white. She has brown hair, hazel eyes. She is female. She's fair skinned with freckles. She has a cut on her lower arm that was scabbed over, at least she did, uh, and was last seen in Gassville on the 1st of October. So her family was getting ready to move. They were moving out of a kind of undesirable situation and into a much, much better one. And
Mm-hmm.
she had been at their old house all day, helping mom pack, loading everything up, cleaning, just mom said, listen to music, dancing, just having fun per normal.
Mm-hmm.
And in the evening, she said she was going to take the trash out. They were getting ready to leave for the night and head back to the new place. And she took the trash out, or said she was taking the trash out. And, mom didn't think anything of it. This is what they were doing, right? Prepping to move
Right.
or finish moving. Well, she didn't come back. And so after a time, Nicole and the rest of the family were outside calling for her, scouring the neighborhood, knocking on doors, talking to people, and nothing. She was just gone.
Mm.
Her phone was in her bedroom. Her stuff was there. Her Xbox, which is something that means a lot to her. She's a Minecrafter. A lot of you
Mm.
guys know have people in your life that are Minecrafters, I'm sure. She's a
Right.
Minecrafter, but she didn't take any of that. But she was gone. So you can imagine how absolutely frantic they were, right?
Yeah.
And confused about where in the world is she,
Right.
right? So they drove around for hours and hours, and within about 30 minutes of not being able to find her, they did report her missing to the Gassville PD. And they did put a bolo out, but that's all they did. They didn't really go looking for her. And again, guys, 15. 15.
Well, and just disappeared. Just out. She goes to take the trash out and doesn't come back. I mean, that isn't a
Yeah.
concern that this is immediately a
Yeah.
kidnapping, like
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah. Right. I mean, how does that not raise every red flag, you know?
Right.
So, and they learned later that somebody actually had called in a possible sighting of her due to the bolo that night, and it was never checked out. It just seems like from the get-go, they were looking at her through a certain lens.
Mhm.
Nicole, good Lord, not Amber and not Nicole. Sorry, you guys.
Haley.
Haley was the victim of a violent crime over the summer. And so they were already working with the police because of that, because there is a perpetrator in jail. And, there's been some contact with the PD over that. I don't know if that painted their attitude about this family. I don't understand why they initially just went, oh, well, she just ran away. Hopefully she comes back. I don't get it, but she's not alone.
Mm-mm.
We see this all the time.
Right.
We see this all the time in true crime with these young women. Not unusual at all.
Well, one of the things that I really, really struggle with is that some states see young girls her age as being the age of consent or near the age of consent and able to just, run off with whoever they want. And she's a child.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Yeah.
15 years old. She's a child.
Yeah.
She can't make her own decisions. Even if she did go with somebody, it wasn't
Exactly.
consensual. She's not safe at
Right.
all.
No. definitely no. So finally, late at that night, they went to the new house to sleep. They came back the next morning at 7. She wasn't there. And they packed and cleaned all day and continued to look for her and contact friends and, do everything they could think of. And they were there till 10. Again, the police had nothing for them. Went to their new place that night about 10. The next morning, they were there again by about 7, just finishing getting all their stuff out. And this time, there is a notebook in her room. So sometime between 10 and 7, she had snuck back into the house and left a notebook in her bedroom. And it was a runaway note saying that she had to do this because she wanted to prove to us that she could make it on her own. She told him not to look for her, and Mom said she knows it would be a cold day in hell before I didn't go look for my daughter.
Right.
So a few more tips came in, but there was nothing substantial, nothing clicked. Eventually, a girl did reach out and told Nicole that she had seen Haley on the side of the road with some stuff waiting for someone named Dean who lives in Salesville. And again, she wasn't certain that was her, but she thought it could be, and that didn't seem to get any steam either with the PD. So by day 6, she's getting very frustrated, and she called the Baxter County Sheriff's Office to see if they would help with the investigation, because the police department doesn't seem to really be doing much. They're sure not talking to the family. And they said they would, but they can only get involved if the department who filed the missing persons report requests their help.
Right.
So she found out later that the Gassville PD had already turned down their help multiple times. The sheriff's office had offered assistance repeatedly because, they wanted to help, and the Gassville PD told them no.
The hell?
And again, they're just classifying her as a runaway. So they start writing.
Here's what I don't understand about that. Yeah, she's a runaway. She's a minor. Running away from home is a crime. They should still be looking for her.
Right. Why is that any different? Why?
I don't understand that. Here in Idaho, if a minor runs away, the police find them. They are, being a runaway, that is committing a crime. You cannot run away when you are a minor. I also think even in our sometimes not great judicial system in our area, that there's recognition that when minors run away, they are then in extremely unsafe situations.
Yeah. Well, finally, Nicole has been a huge advocate for herself and for her daughter, and has just really refused to be shut up, which more props to her. Keep singing, Nicole. You have to. She's doing a really good job. So she started writing the governor, the mayor, reaching out to the public defender that she knows from that county because of the crime that was committed against Haley earlier in the year. And it only took 2 days after that for them to allow the county to get involved. So finally, on day 20, the Arkansas State Police changed her flyer to say missing and endangered, because up to that point it said runaway. So finally, on day 20, they convinced them to change it to missing and endangered. And they have searched her phone, her Xbox, her computer extensively. There is nothing. And now we're sitting at about a day 51, I believe. So, this has been going now for, for almost 2 months. And there's been just nothing. So she can verify that the handwriting in the notebook definitely is her daughter's. They're actually analyzing it to see if they can get any clues from her state of mind.
Was this
from
under
her
duress?
handwriting? Yeah, was she being forced, to kind of get a sense of what happened here. They found a couple of apps on her phone that are the kind that, well, teenagers shouldn't have and lots of times do because, they think they're invincible and they do what they want. But a couple of apps where you can just talk to random people. And her mom really feels like she was being groomed by somebody. Amber, I want to call her Amber so bad it's ridiculous. I'm sorry. Haley, uh, due to the trauma that she's suffered and other just painful issues in her life, she's had some big struggles. Seems to be a little prone to the attention of older men. And mom really believes that she was being groomed by somebody. The other thing is that when the girl saw who she thought was Haley sitting outside of the storage units, she told her she had to sit right there and not move because that's the only place she had Wi-Fi, which sure makes you think that somebody had given her an additional phone.
Yes, because she left her phone at home.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a second phone. Gotta be.
Yeah. Yep. So,
Well, what about this Dean guy? I mean, have they done anything to find that person?
not that I'm aware of. It sounds like it was just treated like a dead end. But yeah, what about this Dean guy? Who is that?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Who is that?
And is who she thinks Dean even named Dean? The scary thing here is that more than 80% of female teenage runaways end up getting lured into sex trafficking.
Right.
And of course, that is, right now, Nicole's worst fear is that that's where her baby's at. And how do we find her and help her come home? So, a few things to know about Haley. Haley has a pet rat at home that she should be taking care of and hanging out with. She absolutely adored her rat. And somehow she got lured away from him too. His name is Noah.
Yeah.
If she were home right now, she'd be going to Cotter High School. She'd be visiting with Grandma, who is driving in from North Carolina for Thanksgiving. She would be enjoying the 2 new puppies their family just got. She would really be enjoying that.
Yeah.
She would maybe be spending the week with her cousin since she'd be out of school for Thanksgiving, and they have lots of fun family stuff coming up and planned. That, sure hard to have any fun at all at this point, with this epic elephant in the room.
Right.
She might have been working on decorating her new bedroom because they got a fabulous new house. And they had lots of plans. She had lots of plans. She could be playing in the leaf piles in the yard as they're raking and having fun. There's lots of things, lots and lots of things that Haley could be doing at home with her family.
Yeah.
This could be anybody's little sister.
Sure
This could be anybody's daughter or cousin
absolutely.
or neighbor or classmate. This stuff happens, and it happens way too much. So, per normal, our plea to you guys is that you do everything you can to help blow this case up and get more attention.
Yes.
She has had no luck getting any kind of media attention. And all of the mainstream media she's taken it to and local media she's taken it to basically told her that they don't deal in runaways, that they have cases that really need their help and attention.
And obviously, they've identified that this is a lot more than a runaway at this point, that she was missing and endangered.
And per normal, they refused to do an Amber Alert because Amber Alert has very specific parameters and so is not sent out unless all of those boxes are checked. And I don't want to drag the Amber Alert clear into the dirt. It's an amazing thing and it helps kids get rescued all the time. But God damn it, why can't it help more of them?
Right. Why can't it help more of them? Just because you don't have a suspect's description or vehicle description or whatever the hell, why does that matter? We still know who this child is. We still have pictures of her and descriptions of her.
Yeah. There was a 16-year-old, I believe, girl that was kidnapped out of her yard in Kentucky last week and Tennessee last week. And there was an Amber Alert that went out and the local news grabbed it and went crazy with it. And she was home within about 18 hours because guess what? Some hunters saw the vehicle of the perp.
Right.
And they just went ahead and took their hunting knives out and disabled that car and called the police. And she's back home with her family and safe and okay. The Amber Alert works, and it's so important. One of the things we are going to help tackle this next year is a growing group of mothers who need to see changes in the Amber Alert system. And we want to be advocates
Absolutely.
for that because there are way too many kids falling through the cracks here. This makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. And I don't understand how some missing kids meet criteria and other missing kids don't. That's bullshit.
Right. Well, consider this last week. Noah Claire didn't meet the criteria because he was with his dad.
Hmm.
He was well out of the window of the custody order, but that didn't seem to matter. And Amber Claire didn't meet the criteria because she left willingly
Right.
and was at the age of consent in her state. So they didn't consider it a crime for the first
16, for
while.
hell's sakes.
Yeah,
What is with these states with ages of consent under the age of 18? Are
right.
you effing kidding me?
That's the other thing that needs to change
Ridiculous.
right away. Yeah. Yep. But it took something like 10 days for them to put an Amber Alert out on the Claire kids. 10 days.
Mm.
10 days from the time he took those kids, he drove all the way to California before the Amber Alert went out. Like, this is insane. It's
It is.
insane. So, again, in this case, they live in a very small area. And had they sent out an Amber Alert, maybe somebody saw something. Maybe
Right.
somebody knew exactly what happened. Maybe somebody saw her or she had a friend that she told. We don't know that, right? I mean, they've talked to her friends. Of course, they've done all of their due diligence. I mean, her family has been tireless. And they've had some good help with people making and passing around flyers in the surrounding states. They're getting some help, but they need more. They just need more.
Yeah, they do because, if you don't put the word out, somebody may have seen something that they didn't realize what they were seeing
Yeah.
until they know there's this missing young girl and here's her description. Wait a minute, I saw a girl of that description with an older man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
So what can you do? If you're on Facebook, come join the group. Where is Haley Nicole Shell? That's a really good way to start because they have needs popping up. They have news activity, coming through that they're reporting in that group. And of course, we're going to stay in close contact with Nicole as well.
Mhm.
And we'll let you know if we hear anything. But this is a great way to get involved, particularly if you live within that area or a few surrounding states,
Yeah.
right? We can't be on the ground looking because, well, we live on the other side of the country. But some of you
Right.
probably could,
Mhm.
Some of you probably know people that live in that area that you want to be sure and send that to. Again, this is the Gasville area, right? And you
Mhm.
guys can, you share it with everyone that you can. But I think we'd all rest a little bit better at night if we knew that Haley was back home playing with her rat Noah, playing with her new puppies, seeing grandma, doing all of the things that a kid should be doing at 15, going to high
Yeah.
school, playing with her friends, having fun, playing
Having the
Minecraft.
holidays with her family.
Yeah, all of it. So that's the high banner we're carrying. And
Mhm.
so, as always, if you see something, say something.
Yeah.
If you have anything that could be useful, contact the Gasville Police Department. And their phone number is 870-435-6489. And we'll put that in the case description as well.
Yeah.
I would also recommend, if you had a viable tip, that you go ahead and join the Facebook group and pass it on to Mom,
Mhm.
because it seems like some things have fallen through the cracks, and I think she would love to hear those things herself.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think there's got to be some accountability. The family needs to know everything the police know to make sure that they're actually doing anything. Because at this
Most
point, it does make
definitely.
you wonder.
Yep. Well, there you have it. That is our Monday case. We will be back tomorrow to discuss another enormous data dump from the Chandler police in the Daybell Vallow matter.
Oh boy, won't we though? Yeah, there's
Further
a lot,
proof that those
lot more to get
people
through.
are garbage people. But, I think
Yeah.
you knew that. But we'll get there.
But we'll
Lots
get
to
to
share.
some of the more, we're getting down to some of the nittier grittier, like why, how, who kinds of things that I think are pretty interesting at this point.
Yep. And if you thought Alex died of natural causes, we might change your mind.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, of course, we'll be back Wednesday with one more case this week. We will be here on Wednesday night for case updates. We're not going to be here this week for the psychic hour because it'll be Thanksgiving.
Right.
And we're going to be eating pie and
We sure will be
playing cards and drinking wine. And you don't want to see all that. Maybe you do. I don't know.
We do. Yeah.
But we'll try and be back with some pop-ups this weekend too.
Yeah.
We apologize we missed pop-ups this weekend. We both just the COVID vaccine kicked our butts. So
yes, it did.
we've just been tending
took
to
the wind out of
ourselves.
our sails for both of us.
So much. All righty, you guys, thanks so much. As always, please like, share, subscribe, comment. You know the deeds.
Yep.
Thank you so much. This has been yet another production of True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters. Take care.
Thanks, everybody.